Hello, my friends. Wayne G. the Germinator. What's up, Chica? Ooh, got a shave there, baby. Hope everyone is doing well. It's Saturday. Saturday in the park. And the weather is kind of shitty out. I did not do my walk and talk today, so I'm going to do a video. I think I gained a few pounds. And I've been eating so good lately. I cheated 2 days ago. I had peanut butter and chocolate ice cream. God, it was good. When you're eating really healthy and you have anything sweet, it tastes amazingly good. So the call-in number is 646-481-6650. Please call in live and talk about whatever you want. You want to talk sports, you want to talk politics, you want to talk relationships. Bada beep, bada boop, bada bing, afachim capiche. We can talk about anything. We're going to talk about life today. I had a very, very scary thing happen last night to me. Really scary. The scary, when you run for your Valium and you take a Valium immediately because you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, one of those. I don't know if one Valium would be enough. That's for damn sure. And I very rarely take anything. I have Valium just in case I ever need anything to really relax me. So, raising daughters. Jesus H. Christ. So in the past month alone, before we get into last night, the past month alone, I had my daughter from Maryland come home because her boyfriend put his hands on her neck. Okay? Left red marks. She had him arrested. She left him. She has a baby. She has a 14-month-old baby. And she ran out of Maryland and came home. People says, Wayne, why didn't you go kill him? Well, if my daughter was in the hospital or dead, I would kill him and then I'd go to jail. I'd happily go to jail. Arrest me, but you'd be dead. That's just the way life works. I would happily go to jail at that point. Not happily, but I go. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just the way I'm wired. You kill someone in my family, or you do something where you really, really, really put them in hospitalization situation or whatever, you have to pay the ultimate price. But let's get past that. She had him arrested. She was home safe with me. Everybody's fine. She had a red mark on her neck. It was very scary. Do I go kill this guy? No, I don't go kill this guy. And I don't talk about it on social media, that's for sure. But people are like, why don't you go? Wayne, what are you going to do? You used to be a tough guy. You going to do something? Well, I provide for my family. I provide a lot for my family. I look over. I'm the crux of my family, even though my kids are grown now. Without me, it gets very difficult. So if I'm in jail, things get very, 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 very difficult in life. And my daughter was fine, and she's home with me. So anyway, let's move on. So that happened to my oldest daughter. My middle daughter was depressed about a week ago. And we had a little incident with her where she was walking late at night with the dog and whatever. She was very depressed. Let me not get into it too much. That was scary as well. Now, my youngest daughter, I don't want to get into the middle daughter too much with that situation because whatever. My youngest daughter last night, and we're going to talk about this. She called me at 7:30 at night, asked me for some money. She asked me for $50 for something. Dad, I'll pay you back. I need money for food. Okay. She works. She has a job. I sent her $50. She said thank you. She even called me. We talked. 7:30 at night. At 9:30 at night, I got a phone call from her boyfriend. His name is Chris. Nice young man. Seems nice. Seems harmless. Right? And Chris says to me, Mr. Gurman, I'm very nervous. Your daughter walked out. Now he calls me from her phone. Now she's been staying at his house a few days. The last several days, actually, 4 or 5 days. She's been staying with him. That happens. She's 20 years old. She can do that. He lives with his mother. They have an apartment, whatever. The mother seems very nice. I met her. She's been dating this boy almost a year, and he seems like a nice young man. Doesn't seem the type to ever put hands on, but you never know. So try to follow me now. He calls me from her phone. Huge red flag. He goes, Mr. Gurman, your daughter walked out. I don't know where she is. Now, my daughter, mind you, we went jet skiing last week, my first time driving a jet ski, and she was on the back of the jet ski, and we fell in the water. All she cared about was the phone. She could have drowned. She had her phone above the water. Don't ask me why she had the phone on the jet ski, but without being locked away into the jet ski, but it was in her pocket. And she's holding it up, Daddy, my phone, my phone, my phone. This girl, like any teenager or 20-year-old today, is attached at the hip. It's like their kidney. The phone is like their kidney. It's like their lung. It's like their heart. They don't go anywhere without their phone. So I says, Chris, are you telling me my daughter walked out on you without her phone? I says, are you kidding me? This does not sound right, Chris. So he goes, I swear, Mr. Gurman, I didn't do anything. I took her phone from her because I didn't want her to leave. She wanted to leave. We got into a little fight. Now, we've all seen these crime drama shows, right? We've all seen them. And I'm piecing together in my head what he's saying, his level of nervousness, how he's saying it to me. And I'm like, I'm feeling him out. I'm like, Chris, run through everything. I want to hear everything that happened, Chris. He remained pretty calm, even though he was nervous. He goes, I'm thinking about calling the police. Now I'm like, whoa, why are you calling the police? Because Cassidy, my daughter, told him I'm taking a bus home. He took her phone and she walked out the door without a phone. Now, to me, it sounded very, very, very suspicious. My daughter doesn't go anywhere without a phone. You know how young people are with their phone. Even me with my phone. I'm 60, I'm with my phone. So then I speak to him. He's driving around looking for her. He goes, I'm nervous, Mr. Gurman. I'm nervous. What are you nervous about? She's telling you she took a bus. You're nervous? What are you nervous about? That's getting me nervous. You're nervous? Are you setting up an alibi? What are you doing here? What is going on? I call Kim. I says, Kim is the mother of Cassidy. I says, Kim, we got a problem. Cassidy, the boyfriend called me from her phone. She goes, no. What do you mean without her phone? Cassie's always with her phone. I said, I know she's always with her phone. So I get my son involved. I give Kim his address. I call the kid Chris back. I says, what's your address? The mother is coming now to get her phone. So I want to see his level of nervousness too. Would he wait there? I says, Chris, I need you to wait there. Kim, the mother of my daughter, is coming there now. She'll be there within 10, 15 minutes. You need to wait there. So he didn't, I'm waiting to feel his reaction. I'm waiting to feel his nervousness. So he says, okay. So I'm like, okay. Now, if he's guilty of hurting my daughter or worse, he's out of there, right? He's like, oh, no, whatever. At some point, panic sets in, right? If you've done something wrong, if you've hurt my daughter or worse, panic is setting in. He still was like, okay, I'm here. So I called my son. My son is like, holy shit, Dad, what do you want me to do? My son has my car. I don't have a car now. My son took my car to his friend's house in Country Club. They're all hanging out there. My son's like, holy shit, what do you want me to do? He goes, maybe she walked out. Maybe she took a bus. Now it's in a rough neighborhood. It's up by, it's Amethyst Avenue, up by Tremont, all the way up there, if you know what I mean, the Bronx a little bit, if you know this. Little bit of a rough neighborhood. Yeah, it's like Parkchester-ish, near Parkchester. So my son is like, Dad, just let me know what to do. I says, well, let's wait a few. Let's see what happens with Kim. Maybe I'll have you go look for Cassidy. Who knows? Maybe she did take a bus. So now I call Kim back 10 minutes later. I says, are you there yet? She goes, I'm here. She says, stay on the phone, Wayne. So she's now in front of the boy, Chris, who was waiting at the house where Cassidy was. Cassidy's missing now. He has Cassidy's phone. And he's calling me from Cassie's phone, which is all a little weird for me. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? So now it's a four-way conversation. Oh, I'm sorry. Tyler wasn't on yet. So Kim says, stay on the phone. And Kim gets to the boy, Chris. He's standing outside his house. She goes, why do you have Cassie's phone? Whatever. He says, oh, I took it from her. She goes, what do you mean you took it from her? She goes, I need to go in your house. And I'm hearing them. He let her in the house. That's a good sign. Now, if he hurt my daughter, it could be in the car. It could have been in the car. He could have dumped her somewhere. That's all the thoughts that are thinking through. Now, raising my son, I didn't have this worry. My son, I taught him to fight. My son is a very tough young man. From day one, I taught him how to punch, and he's knocked out several people in life. When he's 15, he was knocking out men. I've taught my son to fight. Of course, something else could happen to my son, right? No one's invincible, but my daughters are vulnerable. They're really vulnerable. They're women. Okay, they're not Taekwondo champions. Even Taekwondo champions are vulnerable. Trust me. So anyway, she's in the house. She's searching every room. She goes, "What's in this room?" Then there's a dog in the house. What's in this room? She goes in that room. She goes in. There's like 5 rooms. She goes into every room. The house seems clean. The kid seems calm. That's a good sign. At some point, if the kid is guilty of something, he's panicking, right? Let's face it. He's 20 years old. He's probably never hurt anyone before. And if he hurt my daughter, he's panicking at some point. So that was okay. But we're still nervous as F. Nervous as can be. So at that point, so then Kim leaves there. We all hang up. We says, let's pray and wait for Cassie. Let's pray she comes home. Kim is now searching. I call Kim back 10 minutes later. Tyler gets on off. Now we have a 4-way with Chris. Chris calls me, the boyfriend. We're all on. My son is talking to the boyfriend, Chris. I'm talking to Chris. We're all feeling it out. This is 10 minutes later. This is now, she's missing over an hour. I had taken the Valium half hour earlier. I've already taken this Valium. I'm a nervous wreck. We're all a nervous wreck. I go upstairs, pray. Now, I go upstairs praying my daughter is going to show up somewhere, right? My 20-year-old daughter. Now, Kim is driving around the neighborhood where this boy Chris lives, Amethyst Avenue, near Parkchester, I believe, if I remember correctly. And she says, Wayne, it's all men out here. These are all grown men drinking, groups of men on stoops. She says, my daughter had to walk through all these men. It's all men. You don't even see any women. You just see dudes hanging out, grown men hanging out in front of buildings, in front of this, in front of houses. And she's like, this is the hood. Kim is from the streets. Kim was raised in Coney Island. She goes, this is the hood here. This is scary. So we're thinking maybe Cassie left. Maybe she got abducted. Maybe she got sweet talked into a car. I don't know. So we're nervous as can be. So now I'm upstairs brushing my teeth. I'm a nervous wreck. I got my phone with me because I can tell when someone approaches my house. I get an alert. I get alerts front and back of my house and the sides. I get my house is wired for sound. So I'm brushing my teeth looking at my phone. This is an hour after everything, after supposedly she left him. He thought, now the boy Chris thought he was going to drive her home because she says, I want to take the bus home. Let me get back to that. I don't want to skip over that. So they had a fight. He took her phone. How fucking dare he take her phone, right? Not good. No bueno. He took her fucking phone and he went to get his jacket and she was gone. Doesn't make sense. My daughter doesn't leave with her phone, without her phone. Why wouldn't she say, give me my fucking phone, or freak out and give me my phone, whatever? So I'm brushing my teeth now. Now he went outside, Chris, and she was gone. That was his story. I'm brushing my teeth. I see an alert. Someone's at your front door. I finished brushing my teeth quick. I just like spit it out. I was mid brushing my teeth. I run downstairs. It's my daughter, Cassidy. My heart, which was really aching at this point and nervous, was now, thank God. I'm like, where the fuck were you? Everyone's looking for you. She didn't realize anything. She goes, oh, think about her. She just left. She goes, I left without my phone. My boyfriend took my phone and he wouldn't let me have the phone and I left. So she didn't know that the mother was driving to look for her, that Tyler. So I then call the mother immediately because I had to tell her. I says, Kim goes, what she goes, what? And I says, she's here. Kim says, I'm on my way. Because Kim had a phone. Kim took the phone from the boyfriend, by the way. Kim had her phone. So Kim is on the way to my house. I call Tyler immediately, my son. And Tyler goes, phew. So Tyler, you want to laugh. You hear his friends in the background. They're all involved. They're tracking the bus route, the 8 bus, which comes to my house. They're tracking it, and you could hear his friends clapping in the background. That's what a scene this was. Everyone's involved. They were like, woo! And I hear them clapping in the background. He goes, Dad, you're not going to believe it. We just tracked the 8 bus. It just arrived in Locust Point, and we were praying. It was on. So that was good. So Kim gets there, and there's a crying scene, and I'm a little teary too. And Kim is crying. She goes, I'm 40 something years old. I don't need to worry about this fucking shit. It's you, your sisters, this, that, the other thing. Every week it's something new. She goes, stop being under a boy. Stop being so much involved in a boy. Do for yourself. Stop being under these fucking boys, whatever. So crying scene with Kim. Cassidy was crying, and I was upset a little bit. I had a good talk with my daughter. Hopefully it gets through. They're young and immature. I was a great dad. I raised my kids right, but I did too much for my kids. I should have kicked my kids at 15 years old. Get a fucking job now. That's what I should have done. But instead, I'm feeding them breakfast and dinner in bed, so to speak. And I did that literally and so to speak. I did too much for my kids as they grew up. I didn't teach them enough. I should have gave them all chores to do constantly, which I didn't do. I did everything myself. I didn't mind doing stuff. I kind of like being busy. I should have given them chores for money, for your allowance. You got to do this chore and that chore. And I should have made them get jobs at 15, 16 years old. That was a mistake. I did too much. My son's a little bit of a different story. He tried to be a baseball player. He was a great player. He had a shot at making it, but it didn't work out. Like 99.9% of everyone else doesn't work out. People want to be this, they want to be that. It usually doesn't work. You could try, but it doesn't always work. And that's it. Happy ending. But my God, it's nerve-wracking having daughters. It's effing nerve-wracking. It really is. So we're going to move on. What songs are we doing today? Every time we do a podcast, we're going to pick a year or certain songs. This year, it's 1980. Who remembers 1980? Oh, God. Every song brings me to a time and place. So Call Me by Blondie. Call me any time. Call me. That's all I remember. But I do remember that being played in like the Silver Beach Tavern when I was younger. Yes, and that's hanging out in Locust Point. Now this is a Locust Point song. And I thought this was a little earlier, but it's 1980. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. Welcome to live chat. No, we don't need that. We have 4 people here. Hello, 4 people. I don't know who you are. I can't see you here, but that's okay. All right. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I believe everything's working. The call-in number is 646-481-6650. Okay. Oh, magic. You have to believe this is magic. Olivia Newton-John passed away not too long ago. Sad. Speaking of passing away, Bernard Kerik passed away. Now, Bernard Kerik, 69 years old. I didn't know much about Bernard Kerik, except he was a police commissioner way back when, and I think he did a great job back then. He was a law and order type of guy. He seemed like a good guy, but you never know. Let's talk about Bernard Kerik, because this is interesting. Bernard Kerik, I'm listening on the radio last night. Let me stretch my leg out. I got a bad hip. I don't like sitting too long, but I just stretched it out. So I'm listening to the radio last night, WABC, and a woman called in, and she says, you know what? Bernard Kerik died, and he had a lot of, he never atoned for his sins. This is like 3 a.m. I woke up in the middle of the night, and I hear her calling. She says he never atoned for his sins. She goes, I wrote a book with Bernard Kerik. I don't know what book it was, but she wrote a book with him, and he completely, according to her, screwed her over. Didn't give her a mention, screwed her financially, didn't mention, and she wrote a lot of the book. Maybe she was the ghostwriter, so to speak, but she wrote the book with Bernard Kerik. And she says he died and he never atoned for his sins. What he did to me, you wouldn't believe, she said. Totally screwed me over. Is that true? I don't know for sure. It's one woman calling a radio station. Is it verified? No, but it makes you think. Never know, right? You don't know who's good or bad. I had a friend, I'm not going to say his name. He was a good friend, but he treated people like crap, especially like on Facebook. I'm going back 12, 13, 14, 15 years. He died about 10 years ago. Good friend. I had a lot of love for him. He was a character. Let's just say he's such a character. I put his character in my movie, Bronx Paradise, available on YouTube for free because I'm a loser. Yes, I'm a loser and I'm not what I appear to be. So it's available on YouTube. So he's such a character. I made a character about him, a real life character in my movie, Bronx Paradise. But he treated girls like crap. I'll never forget. Women called me up, a few of them. She goes, Wayne, can you tell this guy to get off my case? He's really treating me like ish, really treating me like crap. He's saying this about me and that about me. He's saying F you, and he's not nice at all. And I said to him, I says, dude, what are you doing? I did contact him once or twice in regards to these women, and he kind of explained it off, whatever, this and everything. Then he got ass cancer and died. So I'm not saying he died because of that. No, I'm a big believer in karma, right? Come a chameleon. You come and go, you come and go. I'm a big believer in karma. I know people, I know, should I say many or several people that have killed people, right? I'm a Bronx idiot. I was a criminal way back when. I hung around tough guys running the streets. So listen, I know plenty of people that kill people. And I got to tell you this. Nobody survives on that beautiful house on the hill. There's a karma that's created when you kill people. And almost everyone I know who's killed people is now dead, or they did their 20 plus years in jail. I'm not saying the people that did 20 plus years in jail are going to drop dead because of it, because now they're literally in their 60s, these guys, most of them. And you're not getting away with it, is my point. Whether you're going to meet cancer, you're going to meet jail, or you're going to meet death yourself in another way. I am a strong believer in karma. Now, I do know people today walking the streets of right here in our own neighborhood who have killed people. And they've done a lot of time in jail, and they're still walking around after they did their jail time. I don't wish them any ill beings. Maybe who they killed was a piece of crap. Maybe sometimes, maybe someone deserved it. I don't know. That's a pretty high price to pay for owing money or a gambling debt or something like that. But if you raped a little girl or a little boy, or you raped anyone, if you raped my wife, if I was married, you deserve death. You do. I believe in an eye for an eye. But anyway, getting back to this guy and Bernard Kerik really effed this woman over, according to her. Now, we see the public persona of Bernie Kerik, seemed like a nice guy, seemed like a good guy, but you never know. And that just led me into the conversation about my friend from my movie. I'm not going to mention his name. If you know me well enough, you probably know who I'm talking about. But he died of ass cancer. And he tried to treat it like Bob Marley treated his cancer. Remember that treatment? I'm going to treat it holistically, man. Yes. I'm going to cure my foot cancer with rosemary and thyme. Yes. It didn't work too well for him. So tonight we have the Knicks. The Knicks in Game 6. I really like the Pacers in this game. Is it impossible? No, it's not impossible. It's very hard to beat a really good team 3 games in a row. The Knicks won at home. That's actually expected. The Pacers had a little bit of let up. The Pacers let up a little bit. It's not just the Knicks playing good. The Pacers didn't really have the gas on the throttle. They didn't have the foot on the gas pedal, so to speak. They didn't. They played okay. There was no sense of urgency in them, and they lost by like 18, 20 points, right? Tonight, everything's on the line for the Pacers. It's their last home game. They're not going to want to go back to New York. Now, my friend Mark came over for coffee yesterday. He goes, oh, the Pacers better win tomorrow. If they come back to New York, it's over. I says, Mark, have you learned nothing about sports? You've been watching sports your entire life. Have you, hey, Mikey G, this one that works at Bridges. Hello, Wayne. No, I was not talking about her. I was talking about my youngest daughter. Kelsey's the one that worked at Bridges. I was talking about my youngest daughter. My middle daughter dates Jonathan, who's a very nice young man. You know Jonathan from Bridges as well. Thank you, Mikey G. But she's fine. Everything worked out. Thank you for your concern, sir. I appreciate that. Getting back to the Knicks. The Knicks are probably going to lose tonight. They probably are. And if they win tonight, it doesn't guarantee them a Game 7 win. Don't forget, the Knicks have sucked at home this year. They lost to Boston. They lost to Detroit twice. They've lost to the Pacers twice. They've lost 5 home games this year in the playoffs. 5. That's a lot. If the Pacers manage to lose a game tonight, which I don't think they will, they go back to the Knicks, and the Knicks have bad record at home. Yes, Mikey G. If the Knicks win tonight, which is a big win for them, and they're going to be favored if they go home, but don't be shocked if they win tonight and they lose at home, because now the Pacers, you're not going to see the Pacers you've seen 2 nights ago. You're going to see the Pacers desperate and hungry and playing for their lives. You didn't see that Pacer team 2 nights ago. So the Knicks are in 2 very tough games here. And I think it ends tonight. And I don't have full confidence in the Knicks winning. The old saying is, oh, if they lose this game, there's no way they're going back to New York and winning. Oh, my cousin Patrick is calling. That's answer for Patrick.
To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Cousin Patrick, San Francisco, you're on the air.
Hello. Hey, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Do you think in modern day sports is the fix in to go to full 7 games, to have good high ranking cities for ratings? Do you think that there's any fix in any of these games?
Great question, and thank you for always contributing to whatever I do, Patrick. It really adds to the show, and thank you. No, it's not, but there's a caveat. The league does not fix anything. A football is not round. It bounces in funny ways, right? Things happen. Now, are referees human in all these sports? Yes, they are human. If you remember when you were younger, there was a referee called Dick Bavetta. You remember that name?
Sure, of course.
They used to call him Nick Bavetta. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. Dick Bavetta's nickname was Nick Bavetta. He used to give the Knicks all the hometown calls. He was known in New York as Nick Bavetta. It was a joke. And it's true. He gave them all the calls. Referees, I think, do a little bidding on their own for the league. It's human emotion. If you're playing in Madison Square Garden, the crowd's going crazy, it's human emotion. It's a little harder to make that foul call on, let's say, Carl Anthony Towns. Late in the game, are you making that call? Are you going to have 55,000 people, or whatever the Knicks hold, 18,000, whatever? Are you going to have 18,000 people screaming your name, screaming bloody murder? The referees are human. They know what the score is in the series, and they know what the score is in the game. They don't always call it the same. So have we seen referees skewing the, gilding the lily a little bit, whatever you want to say here? Yes, we 100% have. Have Kansas City Chiefs got hometown calls? Yes. Have the New England Patriots got hometown calls when they were on their Super Bowl runs? No doubt about it. My Raiders, I suffered through my Raiders. My Raiders are hated in football because of what Al Davis did to the league years ago. He sued them many times. He switched cities. He really fought with the league forever. And my Raiders suffered for decades under bad whistles. There was a reason the Raiders was always the most penalized team in the league, and it's not because the Raiders just sucked. The Raiders were the most penalized team for decades because the league hated the Raiders. So human emotion comes into play with these referees. They definitely screw the outcome. Do they know a series could go 7 games if it's 3-2? You bet your ass they do. So the answer is no, the league does not chime in on that. But yes, the referees do play a small role in that. So it's kind of splitting the baby here, Patrick, a little bit. It's like a team. When you see a team that goes 0-12 in football, and man, if all they got to do is lose their next 5 games or 4 of the next 5 games, and they're getting that number 1 pick. They're getting Archie Manning's grandson coming next year. Do you see them tank? You do sometimes. The teams know it. But here's the problem. The players don't always know it because they're playing for their lives. So the coaches may sit a guy. If the coach's job is secure, he may not need to win those last 3 games, right? But the team wants to lose every damn game. So it becomes an interesting dynamic. So certain teams have a good enough relationship with their coach that they will tank. But other teams like the Raiders, Antonio Pierce knew he was going to be fired. He wanted to go out on a high note. If you remember last year, Patrick, the Raiders had the number 1 pick with about 3 weeks left in the season, right? If you remember that, they won the last 2 out of the next 3 games because Pierce wanted to win because he didn't give a shit. He was blowing it up. He didn't care. Other teams you could tell are definitely tanking. So I hope I answered your question, Pat.
No, you did, and I want to have a follow-up.
Yes.
Do you think, with the advent of so much sports gambling available to everybody now, I mean, back in the day, you had to know somebody or whatever, or you had to live in an area that had gambling like near Vegas. But now with the advent of this gambling on your phone, how soon do you think are we going to see a scandal of either a family member placing big bets because their brother, their cousin's playing for who knows who? There's a lot of money at stake here, and it doesn't take much for someone to, drop a ball, run out of bounds.
Yeah,
What
no,
do you think?
100%. I agree. We're going to see a scandal. We're going to see a scandal. There is too much money to be made. Vegas takes games off the book. If they see too much money going a certain way, oddly, they will pull that game at times. It's happened. It's happened in the last few years. Yes, it's rare, but it happens. They'll know when an inordinate amount of money comes in on one side. And they have acted upon that. They've pulled games off. It's tricky. These referees are well vetted today. But Patrick, 100%. The players are making so much money, Patrick, that they really don't have to get too involved. And the money players are the key players. It's your quarterback. It's your wide receiver. It's your this. It's your that. Maybe it's your defensive tackle.
They have money that they don't care about.
They have tons of money. So can they be bought? Probably not, right? Can a referee be bought? Well, listen, we've seen referees being bought. 20 years ago, 25 years ago, there was a referee who came out. I forget his name.
Right? Donahue.
Yes, Donahue. Yes, you got it. Right. Thank you for reminding me of his name. Donahue found out he was fixing games. Right? Yeah, that's human nature, man. You want to make money. I want to make money. I wish I knew the winner of these games, There's so much money to be made. Should these refs be full-time employees and paid better? Probably yes. But these refs are well vetted. These refs are they're like judges. You know what I'm saying? These are clean guys. They're pretty vetted. They're not all as with Donahue and certain other guys. There was a Boston College scandal 20, 25, 30 years ago. Boston College was shaving points. Did you see that special?
No, I didn't know.
Yes, Boston College about 30 years ago was shaving points in basketball, 100%. Donaghy was another guy, an NBA ref. He was doing it. I remember him well. And they showed games that he made calls. If you go on YouTube, you can see the games where you could tell where he's making certain calls. So will we see it again? Listen, humans run the game. Yes, we're definitely going to see it again. 100%. What else is on your mind?
Appreciate the time. I'm glad everything worked out with your daughter last night. That's scary stuff. Buddy.
Oh, Patrick, it's so scary with daughters, man. Sons too, but not nearly as much. All three of my daughters in the last month have scared me to death. It's terrible, and they're in their 20s. They're not even teens. You just got to teach them and pray and just keep talking to them. And just, I don't know, Patrick. It's just, I don't know.
You're right, though. I mean, if someone else has their phone, that's big red flag.
Oh, my daughter doesn't leave her phone for nothing, Patrick. Nothing.
Of course.
Where do you see the Knicks game going tonight at the Pacers?
I think the Knicks. Man, I'll be honest with you. I don't watch until the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
I think the game is terrible to watch.
Right.
It's such a hard for someone who grew up in the 80s and 90s and watching that style of play to see four guys standing at the 3-point line is just not an enjoyable experience for me. But I think the Knicks are going to take tonight.
Okay.
And push it to another game.
All right, and you probably think they might win at home then. I disagree. I think it's over tonight, but I also leave open the Knicks winning tonight, maybe, and losing at home. They've lost 5 home games this year in the playoffs.
That could happen.
I was with my friend having coffee yesterday. He's like, "Oh, no way. If the Knicks get it back to New York, it's over." I says, "Have you learned nothing about sports? Do you know about 3 years ago, the Celtics were down 3-0 to the Miami Heat in the playoffs? They came back and won 3 in a row, and they lost game 7 at Boston." Okay, so don't tell me momentum and all this, that, the other thing. All right, Pat, before you go, we're going to have a little fun. You ready? 1980 music. I want you to tell me when you heard of this song or did not hear this song. You ready?
Tell me.
Okay. Do that to me one more time. Have you heard of that?
I think you need to go on the road with karaoke. I mean, his boys' place in Miami and go on the road.
I tell you, Gary's in Miami having fun. He's at his boy's place, his boy's condo. What a view he has by the beach. It's amazing. Great. Good for him.
He's living the life. He really should get a place down there.
He should get a place. When he comes back, he's going to go jet skiing, he says. Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. Did you hear that song? Do it to me one more. Oh, you heard of it? Okay. Who sings that?
Dionne Warwick?
No. And I can't believe it's them. It's Captain and Tennille.
Oh, the Cap.
All right.
Gotcha.
All right. Who sings It's Still Rock and Roll to Me? Who sings that?
Oh, Billy Joel.
Right. What's the matter with you, uptown baby? I forget the words. All right. Who sang The Rose?
Oh, that's that number.
Very good. Okay. Here's one. If you like pina colada and dance in the rain, if you like making love at midnight. That's a tough one, Pat.
I know the song.
Okay, this is my childhood, Pat. This is me at 15 years old, by the way. I was still a virgin.
Yeah.
Oh, it was sick. I was still a virgin. Okay, so that's Pina Coladas, Rupert Holmes. We're going to do one more. You ready? Here in my car, in cars. I love to do in cars. That's a tough one.
I know the song.
Oh my God, I love this song. This is me at 15. I got these scars at 15. See these scars? I punched a window in. I ripped open my tendon and I had to go to the hospital. I was going to lose my virginity this night. This was the night I was going to bang the girl named Anna. She had on, it was a Halloween party. Patrick, stay with me. I know you heard this story on my walk and talk. It was a Halloween party. She used to come to my house every day, begging me to have sex with her, so to speak. And I didn't, because I didn't want a 5 to be my first. And I probably shouldn't have said her name just out loud. So anyway, I seen her in her cheerleader outfit at a man's castle. And I said, tonight's the night. I'm banging you. That's it. We're having sex. I'm losing my virginity. And she was kissing me all over. She goes, I'm going to leave my boyfriend. We're going to go. Let me know when you're ready to go home, Wayne. So midnight, John Tancredi walks outside. He punches a window in around the corner from a man's castle, Bruckner and Tremont. And I punched the same window in, and I ripped open my tendon. She's in the cab. They're sending me in a cab to Jacoby Hospital. Blood everywhere on her white T-shirt. And in the cab, she's kissing me. She's like, no, not tonight, not tonight. It was like Saturday Night Fever. It was amazing, except I can't dance and I can't act.
It's a terrible lesson you learned of
All right.
loyalty over desire.
Oh,
and,
Patrick.
last time you
Pat,
made that mistake.
she used to come over my house and blow dry my hair. How did I not have sex with her, Pat? What was I thinking? So what? She was a 4.5. I was probably an 8. I was cute, but I wanted my first to be an 8 or better. How shallow, how? It's amazing. Anyway, Pat, thank you for the phone call, cousin.
And now your standards are just way too high.
Oh, I'm too low now. My standards. Now I'll take a 4 now. It's amazing.
I'll take a 4.
Yeah, I don't care about your face. If your body's ready for action, I'm ready to go. Well, let's just say I'll take a 6. Yeah, my standards have gone down. I'm not shallow Hal anymore. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do a little Joe Biden lies now. You ready, Pat? Okay, Pat. Have a good one. Love you, cousin. Bye bye.
Very good.
Bye bye. Okay, my cousin Patrick. He's the best. Patrick does my Germinator highlights page. Ooh, what's that? He does my Germinator highlight page where he takes all my walk and talks and the best little few seconds from them, or a minute or two, and he makes videos. And it's called Germinator Highlights. I'm whoring myself all over social media. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille. I'm whoring myself everywhere. It's amazing how talented I am, and I never get paid for this. It's amazing. Everything costs me money. I'm so talented, I make nothing. It's amazing. Mikey G's now. So we're going to do Joe Biden. You ready? This is my rudimentary. I have my little lab here, and we're going to have some fun with Joe Biden before we finish the video. Ready? Here we go. Here's Joe Biden, and this is him stumbling and lying and misspeaking. Let's do it. He's falling down there.
The conduct of the response in the Gaza Strip has been
in Gaza
over the top. I think that, as you know, initially the president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate to allow humanitarian material to get in. I talked to him. I convinced him to open the gate. I talked to Bibi to open the gate on the Israeli side. Russia will not prevail in this war. Ukraine will prevail in this war.
Russia will not prevail in this war. What was that, about a year ago? Yeah. How's that working out? Ukraine's not prevailing. How much money have they siphoned back to themselves in giving it to Ukraine? That's how the scam works, you know. They send billions of dollars to Ukraine. It gets siphoned back to these corrupt politicians. That's how it works.
And we'll stand with them every single step of the way. That's what the compact says, loudly and clearly. And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
President Putin, yeah. President Putin, the president of Ukraine. Way to go, Joe. Lunch Bucket Joe. Love it. President Putin.
President Putin.
President Zelensky.
We got to worry about it. Anyway.
We got, Can you imagine we had this vegetable in office for all these years? 4 years. 4 years of this puppet. 4 years of this minstrel show. 4 years of this joke we had in office of destroying America. 15 to 20 million illegals overrunning our system, overburdening our system. Try to get an appointment with a healthcare person. If I want to get a physical, I got to wait 3 months. 3 months to get in the door. The hospitals are overwhelmed. Go walk in Einstein Hospital emergency room. You're going to see cancer victims 3 deep in the hallway on gurneys, waiting for a room. Yeah. Thank you. That's our healthcare system. Thank you to all the illegals who take ambulances because they get everything for free. So they're taking ambulances like they're taking school buses, not school buses, but buses. The ambulance is their bus to the hospital. If every time they have a sniffle, isn't it great?
Mr. President,
I'm better.
you are a hell of a lot better.
Thank you so much.
The Zelensky's some piece of work too. He's a former comedian. If you don't know that, look up Zelensky doing comedy before he became president of Ukraine. And it's not the Ukraine, it's Ukraine. That's it. It's not the Ukraine.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Dear our friends of Ukraine.
Oh, here we go.
It's hard to tell, but he's clearly losing the war in Iraq. He's losing the war at home. And he is,
Vladimir Putin's losing the war in Iraq, he just said. And he's losing at home. I didn't know Putin had a war in Iraq. Is that going on right now? Maybe I'm not smart enough. I don't know.
become a bit of a fly around the world. It's not just NATO. It's not just the European Union. It's Japan. It's 40 nations. All right. God save the Queen, man. Making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with COVID. Excuse me, with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump.
He certainly did.
Was right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death. And he's well, Mr. President, I just promoted you, Mr. Prime Minister. It's great to have you back. And the past few months we met each other in San Diego, and then we met in Belfast.
What concerns do you have about Vice President Harris's ability to beat Donald Trump if she were at the top of the ticket?
Look, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she's not qualified to be president. So let's start there. Number one.
Vice President Trump. Can you imagine we went 4 years with this absolute vegetable? Can you imagine? It's unbelievable. It really is. And what is he, 80, 81, 82? You know who's also that age? Michael Savage is like 83, 84 years old. He's sharp as a tack. Anthony Fauci, the piece of crap that should be in jail. He's like 82, 83 years old. He's actually, you got to give him credit. He's still very sharp. This guy, this is called karma. This is called raping a woman in the halls of Congress. This is called screwing over America. And now karma has caught up with him, end old age. That's karma. He's going to have a wicked death from cancer. I don't wish cancer on anyone, but this piece of garbage is now riddled with cancer. That's another lie, by the way, that he just got cancer. They just found out. It metastasized all of a sudden. Prostate cancer is a very slow developing cancer. I don't have to be a doctor to know that. When I see 40 doctors talking about it on air, I know I gain knowledge. And I know that prostate cancer, and I talk to my own doctor, and I've done my own research about prostate cancer because I watch my PSA numbers as well, just like everyone else does, should be doing it at our age. Who's calling? Mario's calling. Let's see what Mario wants. Mario. San Francisco, you're on the air.
Hello, Wayne.
What's up, Mario? How you doing?
Are you doing a podcast?
I'm doing a podcast. You're on live with the Germinator. What?
Oh, wow.
What's up?
I wanted to tell you something, but I don't think this is the venue to tell you.
Okay, well, what's on your mind? Now that you're on the podcast, what?
I had a procedure done yesterday.
Oh, talk about it then. That's perfect. We're talking about medical stuff.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I am. I'm talking about prostate cancer. What happened? What happened?
So they had to stick a tool, a scope up me to look inside my urinary bladder.
Oh boy.
And it was on the TV in front of me, and doctors looking around and everything. I tell you the truth, they put some numbing cream on it. It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
It was a lot less than I was thinking. I wouldn't have it done every day, but this is so bad.
Mario, they stuck it through your penis, correct?
Yes, all the way up inside my bladder.
Looking for what? Tell me what they were looking for.
Oh, I told you I had that urinary infection, and she's trying to find out what the hell's causing it. We went up in there, and he says, I think you got a slightly enlarged prostate. And he goes, it's not that bad. He's looking around, and
okay.
So what I want you to do is take these pills, and I'll see you within a year. Anything comes up, call me.
Okay.
Come back in.
We were just talking about prostate. We were talking about Joe Biden and his prostate cancer when you called. It's funny that you called. So does he think there's a problem with your prostate, Mario?
No, because he says it's slight. It's
okay.
Nothing to be alarmed about.
What is your?
He looked around for cancer.
Yeah.
He looked around for lesions, stuff like that.
Now they gave you some numbing cream, you said.
Yeah, they put numbing cream on you.
Now, did you happen to?
And then they stick the scope in you.
Did you catch the name of the numbing cream? I could use some so I don't finish so fast next time. I've been getting a lot of complaints that I'm a 2-minute brother. I could use some numbing cream.
Yeah, I heard.
I'm such a douche. No, I'm joking. I'm actually the opposite. I take too long. The girls are like, enough already. Stop sweating on me. Jesus Lord. Yeah, I'm the opposite, Mario.
And breathe while you breathe.
Yeah. What are you doing today?
I just finished. I had to go get some specialized screws for my grab bar that I got to install in my shower. And,
okay.
And I picked up the medication now. And
very good.
I'm doing nothing. Why, you want to go for lunch?
Well, I'm picking up Tamaya. You remember her? She called me to hang out. So her and her little sister. So maybe we'll hook up with you within maybe about an hour from now. How's that sound?
All right. Where do you want to go? Back to that Italian steakhouse?
No, I hear the Pine has amazing linguine and clam sauce. Somebody told me. You want to try that or no?
So you're talking about the Pine restaurant down by the Bronx Zoo?
The Pine, right? Yes, the Pine on Bronxdale.
Oh God, I haven't been there in 30 years.
You want to try it or no? It's up to you.
Yeah, of course.
My boy Marco is there. Maybe we'll go to the Pine for lunch. How about that? I'll call you when I'm done with the podcast. A few minutes, all right?
What time do you want me to come down?
I'll tell you what. Figure 1 o'clock. You're gonna meet me somewhere, okay? All right, let me go.
Just give me a house.
Well, let me go. I'll call you back. All right, we'll do that afterwards. I enjoyed the prostate conversation, but not the wrangling over what time we're meeting for lunch. Yeah, I haven't been to the Pine in a long time. Why not? Pine Tavern's a good place. So we're talking about Joe Biden and all his crap. So yeah, I haven't been to the Pine in a while either. I did go to a party at the Pine. The Pine is good. They give you the huge portions, but I'd rather have small portions and delicious. I've been going to a place called Maria in New Rochelle that's phenomenal lately. Whoo, God, that's really good. A lot of good restaurants. Orico's I love. I love the DeFranco and Tony on Middletown Road. That's really delicious. We're talking about Bronx restaurants now. What else? Remember Tusca? I used to like the Tusca delivery. When I used to watch football Sundays, I used to get Tusca delivered all the time. Maybe a salad or whatever, a chicken Caesar salad. I don't know. We used to get the pizza too. Tusca made good pizza. They made a brick oven pizza that was very good. All right, let's continue on with the songs here, baby. Wow, Cruising by Smokey Robinson is 1980. Damn. Holy crap. Working my way back to you, babe. With a calling love inside, a burning love inside. That's 1980. I would have said earlier. Oh, wow. I'm all out of love. I'm so lonely without you. All out of love. Air Supply. Lost in Love. Little Genie by Elton John. Little Genie, I'm so in love with you. I didn't warm up today, guys. If I don't sound pitch perfect, there's a reason. I didn't do my warm ups. I just came right into the video. Oh, I used to love this song. Ride like the wind to be free again. I was home of a lonely man. Boy, I'm butchering that. Ride like the wind was awesome. Upside Down by Diana Ross was 1980. Inside Out. Girl, you turned me. Boy, you turned me. Please don't go. Don't go. Wow. Casey and the Sunshine Band. Please don't go. Don't go. I got to tell you, Casey and the Sunshine Band, top 25 band ever. Wow. Sticks. Babe, I'm leaving. My heart is in your hand. I'll be missing you. Babe, believing. I forget the words. With You, I'm Born Again, Billy Preston. I'd have to hear that. Shining Star. Wow, that's 1980. I would have said 70s. You, my shining star. Don't you go away, girl. The Commodores, Still. How does Still go? EVG, help me out. Still. Yes, I'm ready. Terry DeSario with Casey. I'm ready. I'm ready. Sexy Eyes, Dr. Hook. How does that go again? Sexy Eyes. Oh, I wish I had some people talking here. This is why I need a live show. I need to be on the radio with more people commenting. What is Sexy Eyes? Why don't you steal away? Steal away. Oh, The Biggest Part of Me by Ambrosio. The biggest part of me. Kenny Loggins. This is it. Make no mistake about it. Cupid. I've Loved You for a Long Time by the Spinners. Cupid. Is that? Oh, Let's Get Serious. Let's Get Serious. Don't Fall in Love with a Dreamer. Sailing. Christopher Cross. How is that number 32? Sailing takes me away to where I'll always be. Wow, I'm really losing the audience here. I'm down from 4 to 1 person with my singing. Oh, wow, The Pretenders. Got brass in pocket. Got Fido. I'm going to use it. Oh, my ear is itchy. All right, enough of the music. We're going to play another minute of Biden, then we're going to sign off. Ready? Here we go.
The fact is that the consideration is that I think I'm the most qualified person to run for president. I beat him once.
You're the most qualified president ever, Joe Biden. Yes, indeed. Just ask the liberal media. They will lie right to your face. They will pee on your head and tell you it's raining. It's raining. That's not piss on your head.
And I will beat him again.
No, you won't.
I'm sorry. And so our military is working. I'm following the advice of my commander-in-chief, the chief of staff of the military, as well as the Secretary of Defense and our intelligence people.
This concludes.
Earlier you misspoke.
All right.
Referred to Vice President Harris as Vice President Trump. Right now, Donald Trump is using that to mock your age and your memory. How do you combat that criticism from tonight?
So the reporter says when you said Vice President Trump is tweeting that right now, how your mental decline is going to make you invalid. And they're doing that in real time. That's hilarious. Let's see what Biden's answer is to that.
Listen to him.
This concludes tonight's press conference. Thank you, everybody.
You listen to him. All right, enough of Biden. He's a complete joke. Complete, absolute joke. Oh, Patrick just sent me a new thing. Okay. All right, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for joining. I enjoyed the podcast. Saturday morning. Much love. The Knicks play tonight. I think they're going down tonight. But let's see. Never know. This is why you play the game. That's why the door's locked. Breaker, boy. How's it go? Breaker, 1-1. I might be crazy, but I ain't dumb. That goes out to Mike Donahue, my dear friend. Much love, Michael. Mike, are you coming to the reunion? We haven't seen anything from you. You haven't replied yet. Anyway, have a great day. Chica Gabron, Maricone, Seglingo, Vato, Shidru, Malakasita, Bendejo, Conio, Tio, Hamanotum, Kopshalum, for Dunkashine, my Chatsi, Spusik, Fega Punyata, Struns. Edingo Bra, Fanabala, Putakaprampa. No Crisco, Daddy, Old Guapo, Poppy of Pentacles. Kiss me, baby. Dos me little Shadurkin. Never get the smoke and mirror, sleight of hand, 3-card Monty, it's all a shell game, sandpaper condom, hat tip bricklayer. Look at the shiny object over there, my dear. While Bathhouse Barry and 8-shot Gary, the thin smoking man from Hawaii, he gets no burn, no smoking sign. F's in the rear like burnt effing toast, bada beep, bada boop, bada bing, afachim, capiche. Broke your nose, broke your nose. Okay. Oh, it's going to be a heartache tonight. How is that number 46 by the Eagles? Heartache tonight. That's one of my favorite Eagles songs. Heartache tonight, I know. Lord, I know. There's going to be Oh, Against the Wind is number 51 by Bob Seger. What? What else we got here? Let's see. All right, enough of that. Okay, enough. Have a great day. Love yous all. Bye-bye.